Hey, everybody, and happy Monday. Hope everyone had a wonderful week. I hope you have your coffee as I do, and you are ready for a fantastic and productive week. As always, when you are jumping on, please do say hi and where you are coming in from. I always love to hear and see where people are joining in from. Please tag some people, share this video, uh, you know, comment. But, I'm always, every week actually, usually on Mondays, I usually go on Google and I'll just type in, LinkedIn updates. Yakov, good to see you coming on. So again, as you're coming on, please do say hi and where you're coming in from. From Yisrael, good to see you, my brother. And the big thing is everyone always needs to stay on top of things. And here's why I love doing what I do. I find out in real time as you do. Meaning, if I find out something is new, something is updated, I research it, and I then bring it to all of you to do those things that are working for me or could work for you. And that is why yes, I'm a LinkedIn coach, I'm a LinkedIn educator, but it's deeper than that. Hey, Tina. And it's deeper than that because I really feel, as someone that is prevalent on LinkedIn, if you are going to teach something, if you're going to educate on something, you have to be completely updated and aware of what's going on. Hey, Mike. So I was doing some research this morning, and I read 4 or 5 different blogs, and I try to compile at least 2 to 4 new things that I really feel are added value, benefit to all of you, where if you took those things and you put them into play, they would obviously help you. So there are 4 things that I came across, and I would say 2 are somewhat new. 1 hasn't even been released yet. It's coming out soon. And 1 is known, but people are still not doing it. So, yes, these are updates. So there's 2 that are new, 1 that is yet to happen and it's on the way, and 1 is still available to all of us, but yet some people are still not taking advantage of it for their businesses. So again, as you're coming on, please do say hi and where you're coming in from. We have Israel, we have South Florida, we have Minneapolis. So it's great to see everybody coming in from wherever you're coming in. The other thing is, my wife and I are doing another free 5-day LinkedIn intensive, May 24th through May 28th, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern on that Friday. It's just 5 days with us, and we're going deep into your profile, connecting, messaging, and creating content. It's free. If you would like to register, just type in "I do" in the chat box, whether you're live or on the replay, and I will absolutely send you the registration link. You can also share that registration link. We typically get between 500 and 700 people coming to these events. They love it. You get a workbook. It's myself and my wife teaching you. We're going to be doing it differently this time. We're actually doing private Zooms so we can all see each other, and would love to see all of you there. So if anyone does want to participate, again, just type in "I do" and I will send you that registration link. So the first big update and the first big change to LinkedIn is Swipe Up is now available to LinkedIn Story. Swipe Up is now available on LinkedIn Story. Now, if you're not using LinkedIn Story, again, you're missing out on some eyeballs because literally LinkedIn shows you exactly who is looking at your LinkedIn story, which means you can then open up and connect with them and engage with them in a message and in other ways. So it's something that people are not taking advantage of. But what they just revealed recently is that the swipe up feature that you see on Instagram, you can now do that on LinkedIn, and there's two ways that you can do it. So again, if you want to have a swipe up feature for a discovery call, a swipe up feature to purchase a book that you have, a swipe up feature for a free intensive that you're doing, any of those things, you can absolutely use this swipe up feature for that. Now, just to kind of go over how that happens. Any LinkedIn business page can access the swipe up feature, but personal pages can do it now. But there's actually two requirements, and this is what I found out. The two requirements to get the swipe up feature for LinkedIn Story, number one, you have to switch your call to action on your profile from connect to follow, and you must have at least 5,000 followers. So number one, you have to switch it from connect to follow, and number two, you must have at least 5,000 followers. Now, so for those that do not know how to switch the connect button from the connect to follow, is there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. Now, you could do it from your desktop or you can do it from your computer. And I'm going to show you very quickly how you can do it from your computer. So if you were not aware of LinkedIn Story and swipe up, type Y or yes in the chat box if you were not aware of this, because this is a game changer for anyone that is looking to connect with any warm people on LinkedIn. And again, there's two qualifications. You have to have the follow button instead of connect, and you need to have at least 5,000 followers. So some people may be able to do it right away. Some people, it may take some time to make that happen. So if you were unaware of that, you could just type Y or yes in the chat box. But I'm going to show you really quickly how that happens. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and here's how you do it. Now, when you are on LinkedIn, what you're going to need to do is you're going to click on where it says me. And you're going to click on settings and privacy. And then what you're going to do is you're going to scroll all the way to, let me go down here. And I believe it's on account preferences. And I just figured it out. Data privacy. I know it's here somewhere. Communications. Yeah, this is hold on. I literally just switched this over myself. You have to go, and it's under the followers area under, and for some reason I think they actually changed the way that some people's back ends look. So some people, it looks much different than mine. I'm not sure if anyone noticed that, but some people's looks much different than this. So again, when you go into, and it said it was under profile. I'm going to have to try to find this again because It was under, it wasn't under blocking. Okay, here it is. So it's under visibility and visibility of your LinkedIn activity. And when you click on followers right here, it's going to give you the option right here. If enabled, follow will be the primary action when members view your profile. And you just switch this from no to yes. And that will then, when people go to your profile, that will make that the primary thing that they can or cannot do when they do go to your profile. So if that makes sense so far, you can just type Y or yes in the chat box. I just want to make sure everybody is clear, everyone understands exactly. And you don't have to do this. If you do not want that swipe up feature, you don't have to. It is not a necessity. It is not something that you have to do. But if somebody does want to have that specific call to action, you have someone, you want to basically have it so people can swipe up and they can also message you. They can set up a call with you. That is when you're going to want to use that feature. So number one is making sure that you understand that you can have the swipe up feature in your LinkedIn story, but you must change it from connect to follow, and you must have at least 5,000 followers on LinkedIn. Now, number two is you can control viewing and comment permission. You can control comment and viewing permission. So why this is important, and I think this is something that I'm actually going to mess around with, is you can actually make certain content only available to your connections. So if people are tired of people coming to their content and spamming it, so if you put a post out and people just drop links to try to spam their own content, or they're bringing negativity to your content, you can actually change who can comment and who can view this. And again, this is anyone can do this. This is very, very easy to do, but also very impactful if you really want to protect what you're doing on LinkedIn. So what you need to do is when you're on the home screen and you are creating a post, and so right here you can hit start a post, and right here you can actually drop this down and you can choose who you want to see this. So anyone on or off LinkedIn, anyone plus Twitter, connections only, group members only, events only. So you can actually share this to specific people. So if you don't want second connections, third connections, people that you see kind of creeping around on your stuff, all you have to do is switch it from anyone to connections only, and that will privatize who is able to see your content, who is able to comment. Now, from there, this is also very good, because if you have the wrong people coming to view your content, so say you have someone, and again, I'm seeing some of the comments, someone is dropping some sort of link to some flashlight, which has nothing to do with the content that I'm providing today. Now, I'm using this as an example. So say you have some trolls on your content. What you can do is, number one, you can set it to connections only. So you can then filter out those second and third connections that can't have ability to comment on your stuff. That's number one. Number two, the other good thing is if you do set it to connections only and you're still getting some trolls, now you know they're a connection of yours. You can click on them. You can disconnect from that person and keep it to connections only. So now that person can never see your content or comment ever again on any of your stuff. This is a way to protect all of the information that you're putting out on LinkedIn. So if that makes sense, type Y or yes in the chat box. And my good buddy Joe just popped on. Good to see you coming on here. So if that makes sense, Y or yes in the chat box. So number one, the swipe up feature for LinkedIn Story, but you have to switch from connect to follow. Number two, you can control the viewing and the comments, and you can select who you want to comment and view only. So you can privatize your information. But also, if anybody is coming on late, hi and where you're coming in from, please share this. Tag some people. If you're on the replay, hashtag replay. And my wife and I are doing a free 5-day LinkedIn intensive from May 24th to May 28th. It's a Monday through Friday. If you would like to register, just type I do in the chat box at any point, and I can come back and I can absolutely send you that registration link. So Barbara says yes. Joe says yes. Now, there's two more. Number three. Now, this is something that is not out yet. It is on its way to being released. LinkedIn Creator is launching sometime in June. Now, and Barbara says, I will send that to you. Now, I want to show you guys what LinkedIn Creator is. Because again, this is something that everyone needs to know about, because this is something new, it's exciting, and it is something that is going to really, it's called Creator Mode. So LinkedIn Creator Mode. Now, this is something they've been really preparing for, and it's one of those things where you can actually be interactive. So basically, LinkedIn creators are members who regularly share content with their professional communities to demonstrate their expertise. And I'm reading an article from Margaret Rose, amazing LinkedIn contributor. To ignite conversations about ideas and experiences and build communities around common interests. If you want to build your following and engage with an audience on LinkedIn, Creator Mode could be the right fit for you. Creator Mode is a new setting where we're introducing as part of our recent profile updates, which you'll find in the profile dashboard. Turning on Creator Mode more prominently displays your content and encourages others to follow you. So Creator Mode does multiple things for people on LinkedIn. Now, some people have availability to it right away. Some people, it's being launched a little bit later. Now, 50% of members of people who follow come from profile views. With Creator Mode, your primary profile action updates from connect to follow, helping you grow your audience. Establish your voice. We've heard loud and clear that you want to prioritize showcasing content. You can also add hashtags to your profile intro so people can follow you. Now, they're telling you certain people can turn it on right now. So Creator Mode is easily found. So I'm actually going to show what that means. Now, I'm going to share my screen and kind of show you what this looks like, because it's something that I really feel that we should all we should all kind of play around with. So I'm going to share my screen once again. And again, this is called Creator Mode. Now, Creator Mode is, again, another way to make yourself more visibly available. So number one, while viewing your profile, click Creator Mode off under your dashboard. So again, this is the basic way to do it. After viewing a preview of the changes that will be made, click Next. Add 1 to 5 topics, hashtags, which indicate the topics about your post. Click Save. So what I'm going to do is I am going to link this article. I'm going to link this article for you all to read. But LinkedIn, this new feature, LinkedIn Creator Mode, it's going to change the game, because again, we're looking to more organically grow our followings. And this is a great way to do it without doing a follow for a follow or being in an engagement pod. This is LinkedIn's response. To engagement pods. So if you think that LinkedIn likes these engagement pods, they don't. They know what these people that have created these engagement pods are doing, because they're basically trying to beat the algorithm by doing the one thing that really helps the algorithm, which is getting comments and views and likes right away. And a lot of people that don't feel like taking the time to build and nurture a quality network, they're going to take the shortcut. They're going to cheat the system, so to speak, and they're going to utilize an engagement pod to do so. So that's number 3. It's available, but it's going to be more available to people starting in June. Now, fourth and final. Now, this is something that is available to all of us right now, but people still are not utilizing it. Is written content and video with subtitles are king. Now, type Y or yes in the chat box if you feel you need to be doing more written content and video content on LinkedIn. And the only reason why I ask is there are a lot of people that are nervous, unsure, unclear, number one, of what they should be posting, how often they should be posting, or they do have this deep-seated or deep-rooted fear of judgment, that they're going to sound stupid, or they're not going to make sense, or who's going to benefit from my content? Why would I even do that? I'm not an influencer. It's got nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. So written content is still one of the, if not the best way to engage with people on LinkedIn. And with posts, you're allowed up to 13 characters. And as long as you're taking the time, and here's the beautiful thing, you don't have to post every single day. You don't. You really only have to post on LinkedIn 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's it. Now, the other thing that I want you all to know and to clarify is there's a very simple way to produce value-added content. You come up with a title. Along that title, share an experience that relates back to it. Give people 2 or 3 tangible tips or takeaways from what you're looking to educate and inform them all on, and then have a call to action at the end. You know, which of the above helped you most? Which of the above do you need to do more? I mean, look at how I structured my content on LinkedIn. So just to kind of, I think I can share my screen here and show you what this looks like. But if you look at how I set up my LinkedIn post for today. So if you look at for my LinkedIn post today, if I actually go in here and I go into my post and activity, and if I click on posts, right, so you could see right here. So you could see right here, if I click see more, so right here, I absolutely love when platforms make positive changes to help the users. And I gave LinkedIn is always on the forefront of that. And they are constantly listening to its users to see what they can do better. Here are 4 key updates, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which do you have to do more of? So right here, it's, again, I'm following my own system. And then I end with 3 little hashtags, right? So this is a very simple and easy way and formula to follow. So all you have to do is pick a topic, you educate and then you inform them on it. And that could be done through video. It could be done through a regular post. Now, if you don't have LinkedIn Live yet, which it takes some time to get it, you can still do native video to LinkedIn. Just make sure, number 1, it's at least 60 seconds. And number 2, you use subtitles. Now, if you're going to record your video through your desktop, Veed.io, so Veed.io, and I'm going to put this up there for you just so everyone can, these are a couple different things that you can use, Veed.io and Headliner.app. Now, Headliner.app, so Veed.io and Headliner.app are transcription services. They're free, and there's a free version and a paid version. Veed.io and Headliner.app will transcribe any video that you record on your desktop. It'll give you the subtitles, and you can then re-download it and then post it to LinkedIn. Now, if you wanted to use your phone instead, which you absolutely could, there's a great app, and I'll type it in here, and it's called Mixed Captions. So if you want to record your videos on your phone and then transcribe it that way and have the subtitles and then upload it right to LinkedIn that way, Mixed Captions is a great app. I believe it's only available for iOS. I do not think it's available for Android yet. It is an iOS app, but it's amazing. I use it all the time. So those are two great ways of using that. So V.io, Headliner.app if you're going to do it through your desktop, and Mixed Captions if you're going to be doing it through your phone. So again, swipe up. You got to change it from connect to follow. You must have 5,000 followers. You can control the viewing and comments by privatizing who can see it, who can comment, who you want to engage. LinkedIn Creator launching in June, which I showed you. Some people have it now. Some people it's not going to be till later. But also written content and video with subtitles are king. Again, number one, please do comment, share, like, tag some people if you're on the replay, hashtag replay. And if anybody does want to join our next free 5-day LinkedIn intensive where we teach you about optimizing your profile, searching, connecting, messaging, and content creation on LinkedIn, myself and my wife, just type I do as Barbara has done earlier, and I will send you that registration link to make sure it's May 24th through May 28th, 5 days with us, completely free to educate and to inform you. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye, everybody.